right? You know how tech works? Okay. Why is it frozen? Yeah, but none of our cameras are working. Everything's frozen. There we go. I don't like that.
Can we get the director headsets?
No, we don't have them. You know how to do this? And then we'll go on to it. So I'm going to have to do, we're going to go from when I point at you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Westside High School is proud to present our 2024 Warrior Marching
You don't have
Band.
to touch this.
Our
All you have to
2024
do
Lion
is switch
staff
the camera to the
is
one me and Hunter on.
Band
And
Director of Bands, Lisa Hogan.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WTV Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. I'm alongside Hunter Valapek for tonight's contest, Westside versus Papillion. Two really good teams, and dare I say, Hunter, Papillion may be the third best team in the state, despite what their rankings are. This one quite possibly could be Westside's best team they've faced all year. So I'm expecting a better matchup than we saw a few weeks ago against Elkhorn South.
Yeah, it should be a really good game. Top 10 matchup. Papillion South has a really good passing attack. Not very much on the ground, but they do have a good ground game. But I'm expecting it, like you just said, Zach, really good game tonight.
I couldn't agree more. You know, Westside, we know they're a really good team. Number one in the state. Some people still have them at number two. Kind of depends where you look at. Rankings completely differ. But Westside is locked in at the number one seed in state. No matter if they win or lose this game, no matter if Millard South wins or lose, Westside's locked in at 1. Millard South is locked in at 2. 3 and 4 could differ between Kearney and Elkhorn South. Assuming they both win, Kearney takes the 3 seed, Elkhorn South takes the 4 seed, meaning Westside could play Elkhorn South later in the season. But back to this matchup, the number one team in the state, Westside, will take on Elkhorn South. Westside's a really good team led by Braylon Warren, Tay Jenkins.
Yeah, it's a sophomore backfield right there. It's a really good balance attack. Tay Jenkins already has over 1,000 yards on the ground. He had a monstrous 244 yards and 3 touchdown performance last week against his former team, the Creighton Prep Blue Jays. And then Braylon Warren, it was windy. It was 30 to 40 miles per hour at Northwest High School last week, and he did not get many opportunities to pass. 6 for 9, only 85 yards, mainly coming on a 40-yard jet sweep to Keenan Cotton, which he took to the house. But a good win for Westside, 47-7 against their rivals. They're just looking to clean up shop here, get themselves ready for the state tournament come next week. Well, they'll play probably a good 16-seeded OPS team.
And then on to Papio. You mentioned their really good passing attack. I think the thing that stands out to me most about Papio is they hung with Millard South for an entire half. Like, they competed really hard, and they were in that game until they came out in the third quarter. And speaking of which, there comes Papio South out on our left. But Papio, they're a really good passing team. They're going to try and beat you through the air.
Yeah, that's what Westside has been a little bit mixed on the air attack. They can be really good at preventing those deep passes, but they have been a little bit lacking on the little short slant routes. Overall, though, if Westside can stop that passing attack, they should be in really good shape for tonight's game.
And Joe Simon and Charlie DiLorenzo should both be playing tonight. I know Joe was a scratch last week with an injury, but it appeared that he's going to be back tonight. Hopefully that is the case. Otherwise, those are the two corners that you will see most of the tonight guarding out that Papio air attack.
Yeah, what I really like, though, about Westside is their great safeties. Reed McIntyre. Ty Sidzik played for a little bit. He's out with injury. Westside has just a really good secondary that they use to their advantage, and they have gotten over an interception a game. They have 10 interceptions on the year, mainly coming from Quentin Warren, who has 4, who's a linebacker. But overall, Westside's just a really good team defensively. Over their past 3 games, they've only allowed 16 points, and they've had more defensive scores. They've scored more than the opposing offenses they've allowed.
I mean, that's just crazy to think about. Westside's defense consistently dominate year after year. We know that. But we haven't quite seen a team like Papio who tries and dominates you through the air. It's not the most common style of high school offense. It's typically being a team runs the ball like Elkhorn South. They just wanted to pound you down through the ground, but Westside showed up, they stopped it, they knew what they were going to do, and obviously Westside knows tonight what Papio wants to do. They want to throw the ball. They got several wide receivers that can do that, catch that.
Yeah, they got a lot of good wide receivers, mainly Keenan Cotton. He just received an offer from North Dakota State a couple days ago. He has an offer from Iowa State. He had a 40-yard touchdown last week on a jet sweep for a touchdown, but overall, he's the best receiver on this team. He is real fast. He is number 2 in the Midwest in speed, over 21 miles per hour on a kickoff return against Omaha Central. He has 2 kickoff return touchdowns on the year so far. He's just a speed demon, and he's probably the Westside's biggest threat, along with Eli Johnson, Mo Purify, Titan Glassman. They got a really deep receiving room.
It might be in my opinion, but tonight I think Westside wins this game on defense. They don't win this on offense. It might be a high-scoring affair, but if Westside can find a way to slow down Papio South, that is how they win this game.
Yeah, today's going to be defense and Tay Jenkins. He's been really good these past 3 games, have basically willed Westside to these past 3 victories. He's won our player of the game 3 times in a row, but it'll just be depending on him if he can run for like over 150 yards, 200 yards, maybe 250 yards. But if Papio wants to win and maybe shock the world today, they need to stop Tay Jenkins, they need to stop Braylon Warren, and their offense needs to be clicking.
Sounds like you're nailing that. I'm hearing Coach Lamanji's 3 keys to the game back behind me on the scoreboard, and that sounds kind of similar to what you just said. I talked to our athletic director, Tom Kirkman, before the game. He gave me a score prediction. I'm going to keep that one silent just for the sake of everyone. But what he did tell me, he thinks this is going to be the best game of the season, and he thinks Papio's going to hang with him. He thinks it'll be a close game. And I tend to agree. If Westside can't find a way to slow down that Papio attack, they're going to struggle. But with Papio's style of offense, you could see a lot of possessions in tonight's game, and Westside might try and limit that with the ground game, and even vice versa. Papio has been known to slow down offenses by dragging out their drives while they have the ball. So it's kind of a toss-up on how many drives each team's going to get in tonight's game.
Yeah, it's just going to – if this game does get close, it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last. We saw it earlier in the season. Bell West has a good passing attack. They torched Westside for a good amount of time in the second half, but Papio just needs to find their rhythm early, find their rhythm fast, and just keep doing what they do best, pass the rock.
We're going to step off for just a minute. Westside should be coming out of the tunnel in just a few minutes. So we'll step away for just a minute, and we will be back to wrap up our pregame show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick, Hunter Valapek alongside me. Westside taking on Papio, not Papio South. It should be a pretty good one. Number one versus what you could say is anywhere between like 5 and 3 here in the state, Hunter.
Yeah, it will be a really good game tonight. Papio is a very underrated team, and they will give Westside a good fight tonight. Westside, still the number 1 seed. They have been the best team, other than Millard South, probably by point differential in the state of Nebraska Class A. And now they have the longest winning streak. Last week, on Friday, Bennington got upset by Scott on the road and lost their 46-game win streak, which was 2 away from tying the state record of 48. So Westside right now at a 28-game win streak. If they win tonight, they'll finish out the regular season 9-0, and more importantly, they will become the sole leader of the Class A consecutive record in wins in a row, which is set up at 28 by the 1952 to 55 Creighton Prep Blue Jays. So Westside looking to break a couple records tonight, just come out strong, get them prepared for playoff time. It'll be a really good playoff in this one. Millard South, Elkhorn South, Kearney will be all good challenges for Westside to face.
I mean, I couldn't agree more, Hunter, as we get ready to go here at Phelps Field. Out to kick it off for Westside will be Ever Shrislin. Back to return for Papio is Isaac Pamaran. Shrislin bounces it at the 5, and it's going to go out of bounds, which is going to give great starting field position for Papio.
Yeah, it's going to be this first drive is going to determine a lot about Papio. If they can ride with Westside's defense. Westside defense has been one of the more dominant ones in the nation, and they've been really rock solid all year. If the defense can do their job, it should be easy win for the Warriors.
Starting at quarterback for Papio Antoni will be Cameron Leggett. Leggett will lead this team. They like to throw the ball. He'll pull it back. He looks right, looks back across the field. He's going to go deep on the first play of the game and can't complete the pass down the field. Looking down the sideline for Isaac Pamaran.
That's a very gutsy play right there, Zach, going for the triple coverage deep down the field immediately. But if you want to beat Westside, you got to pull out a couple tricks out of your hat. And right there, it was a good pass just into triple coverage. And Westside's going to try to stop them on the early downs.
Pamaran will hand the ball off. It'll go for about 2 or 3 on second down, and that will bring up third down for the Monarchs.
I think this game will also be determined on these third downs. Papio, like you said in the pregame, can have a lot of drives or can have limited drives. And it'll be determined on the long drive possibilities by Westside if they can stop them on third downs.
Leggett in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looks down over the middle of the field, and it's nearly picked off by Christian Jones. That'll bring up fourth down and a Monarch punt.
That's just good coverage right there by Jones. Just dropped it back. Looked like he was going to blitz. Dropped back into the middle of the field. Tipped it, incomplete. And you don't know what's going to happen if you're Christian Jones. When you play Christian Jones, he can rather blitz you or he can drop back and cover, and he is good at both. But a good job by Westside's defense to force the early punt.
Alex, just use a real camera. Grab one out of the bucket. Flip it over.
Cotton on to return the punt.
And the muff punt is falling to the floor, and that'll give Westside excellent field position on the muff punt. They will start inside the 20 at about the 11-yard line.
We saw it last week from Westside. They had a muff punt, which resulted in some Creighton Prep points. But right there, they got a muff punt of their own. A low snap results in a good start for field position for Westside. It was Burke Brown on the tackle. And Westside, prime field position at the 13-yard line. And for Westside, if you're Papio, you need as much field position as possible. And Westside can basically do whatever they want right now. They can hand it to Tay Jenkins or just sling the rock with Braylon Warren, both sophomores.
Warren takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Jenkins, looks out, finds Keenan Cotton at the 12-yard line, and he spins his way inside the 10 to about the 9.
We didn't see Braylon Warren sling the rock much in these past few games. He's thrown a couple, but what Lamanji's doing, they're giving him time in the early game to throw those short screen passes, preferably to Keenan Kahn or Eli Johnson, and then sling the rock deep, more towards Mo Purify and Tyne Glassman.
Tay Jenkins takes the first handoff of the game, and he's going to be driven backwards after picking up about 2.
That's a good job there by Papio just to stuff the holes and make sure Tay Jenkins goes nowhere. And that's what they need to do if they want to win. Westside has a good balanced attack, and if Papio can deal with it, it'll be really good for them, and they have a shot at winning.
Warren will be in the shotgun. Has Tay Jenkins to his right hip. Motions over Mo Purify, takes the snap, rolls out to his right, and he's going to take it himself, and he's going to be tripped up at the 5-yard line, and that'll bring up decision time for Coach Lamanji. 4th down from about the 2-yard line. They still can pick up a first down inside the 5.
That's just good job right there by Papio. They start by Papio defense, got in their own 13-yard line, and they've held firm. Westside can still get the first down, but for now, basically 4th down and goal for them.
It's about 4th and 2 is the official spot. They can pick up the first down, and Warren is going to hand it off and be driven back, and that's going to go nowhere. Papio will take over on downs.
And just a great job by Papio right there. Got the stop that they needed, and a beautiful job by them to stuff the run. And Papio gets a big break there. Westside a little bit troubled on that first possession, and no points on the board for the Warriors. A loss of about 6. Papio will now try to start from the shadow of their own end zone at their own 9.
In the shotgun will be Cameron Leggett. Westside looking to pin him further deep. He's going to hand the ball off, and going about 2 or 3 yards downfield is Michael Valencia Jr. Leggett takes a snap, spins it out wide, and going about 3 or 4 yards downfield, picking up 5 on 2nd down. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Monarchs.
Papio's a good team at getting them chunk plays, getting at least like 5 to 10 yards of offense every play. And Westside's been really good at stopping those. They've gotten beat a couple of times through the air over the season, but not a lot. Westside just needs to stop those chunk plays.
Leggett looks to his right and picked off by Bryson Williams and taken to the house. He had a turnover for 6 last week, Hunter, and this time he has a pick 6. Westside starts off 6-0 Warriors.
Westside, this is their 5th straight game that they've had a pick 6 in. They had a few from Quentin Warren over the last couple of games. Charlie DiLorenzo had one last week against Prep. And right there, Bryson Williams, a touchdown. Just a beautiful job. Westside, another key defensive touchdown, and they lead at 6-0. And even when they get stopped inside their own 10, off of a good defensive stop by the Monarchs, they do good there and get a defensive score of their own.
And Ever Shrislin PAT is good. And Westside leads 7-0. After their first offensive possession, and they score on their second defensive possession. We said, Hunter, Westside would have to win this one on defense, and that is a great start right there.
Yeah, it's probably the best start you want from Westside. Stopping Papio on their first possession, getting him a 3-and-out. Having a muff punt, which should have been a touchdown for the offense. Couldn't get a first down on a 4-and-out, but then they get the pick 6. They get Westside on the board. 8:48 left to go. Just beautiful job by Westside all around to get on the board early. Now they're going to look to get on the board often here.
Go tell her to come over here and you take her spot, okay? Westside, a great defensive stand there inside what was about Papio's own 5 to 10 yard line. They score on the Bryson Williams pick 6. And the defense is going to go right back out there when they get the ball back. Cameron Leggett looking to shake that one off and put points on the board, because we both know you can't dig yourself a hole against Westside.
Yeah, Westside's the worst team, maybe other than Millard South, to dig a hole against, but Westside's done a really good job at just reading the passes, reading the eyes of the quarterback. They've studied about 3 hours of film they study a lot of film, and it really works out to their advantage. It's a good job there by Bryce Williams to get the pick and scamper his way to the end zone. And Westside's done a great job at knocking down their opponents early and knocking them down often, especially after pick sixes. In these past few games, they have not been able to recover too much against the Warriors. So right now, Papio needs to come out with a statement on their third drive of the game.
Have a longer delay between each score because there's a TV channel here, so they get their media breaks. Ever Shrislin awaits on the field, and here comes the Papio return team to return this one after they trail 7-0 after their quarterback Cameron Leggett just threw a pick 6.
Yeah, this game will come down to what Papio can do after the interception. If they can bounce back, or if they'll just lay over and die. But we heard in the pregame that this should be a good game with a loud defense, and right now, Zach, you predicted it so far.
Yeah, Coach Lamanji rolled the dice, going for it on his own 5-yard line, looking to score, on Papio's 5-yard line, looking to score. They were stopped short. Papio took over, but it paid off in the long run. Coach Lamanji got the pick 6.
Just a game of checkers. While usually Westside's opponents are playing checkers while they're playing chess, they're always 2 moves ahead.
It's a good way to put it. Coach Lamanji, an excellent coach, only lost 1 game in his Westside High School career so far. The kick is caught by Alex McCann and brought down at about the 23-yard line, and that is where Leggett and the Monarchs will take over from there.
Once more, it's just going to be bounce back time for Papio. Watch the last drive. Focus up on this one. Drive as much as you can and force good field position for the Warriors to force them back past their own 20. But right now, Papio South is barely past their 20, looking to get good field position, looking to drive down the field and get Westside on their keep Westside on their toes.
Leggett hands the ball off, picking up about 5 or 6. Is going to be good. Can't talk to me when I'm talking. Just go stand wherever the ball is and follow the ball. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Monarchs after the run. Leggett in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands the ball off. That one's to Valencia Jr. And right at the first down marker, it appears he'll be about a yard short.
This Westside front 7 is absolutely great. Hudson Mead, Joe Soria, Daryl Taylor, and the linebacker core is very good also. Christian Jones, Nebraska commit. Johnny Hurtado. Ty Sigzig's out, so it's Blake Kiefer who's probably going to be at that inside linebacker spot, but they have been able to stop the inside run very greatly.
Going hard count is the Monarchs, yet to snap the ball. 13 on the play clock. In the shotgun is Leggett. Has Valencia on his left hip. Fake the handoff to Valencia, and he'll run up the middle himself, and Leggett will pick up the first down and move the chains.
Keep Westside on their feet always. That's what Papio wants to do, and they did a good job there. A little option play. Move the sticks. I think for Papio, they're going to bring every trick out of their book. They've played a really good teams this season. They should have a really good spot in the playoffs, as their only 2 losses have come to 2 top 5 teams, in my opinion, in Omaha Central and Millard South.
1st and 10 for the Monarchs as they look to put points on the board, trailing 7-0. Leggett takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Breaking up through the hole, finally tackled by Reed McIntyre. Antonio Digacamo, the leading rusher on this team, Hunter. that's who they got to get going if they want a chance to win this. You can't just beat Westside through the air.
Yeah, that was just a good job there by Papio's line. Gave him a hole, and he just got right through it. Gain of about 15 in a first.
DiGiacomo, after the run, will be standing behind Leggett, who is in the shotgun. Leggett takes the snap. He'll hand it off to DiGiacomo, and that time he goes numb where he's going to be walled up at the line of scrimmage at about a gain of half a yard on first down.
Once more, it's just going to be that. Can Papio get those chunk plays on the first down, set him up with a second and short, and right there, only gain about half a yard, and just a good job by Westside to halt the Monarchs. 2nd
and 10 for the Monarchs. Leggett in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to his right. Now he'll go down deep over the middle, and he overthrows his receiver. Can't complete the pass over the middle of the field, and that will bring up 3rd and 10.
Right there, double coverage, but the Monarchs receiver beat both Bryce Williams and Charlie DiLorenzo down the seam. Just a tad of an overthrow, and that might have been it would have been definitely a big chunk play and maybe a touchdown for Papio. Just a throw that they want to have back, and not many that they'll have the opportunity of today.
Leggett was looking for Pamaran on that deep ball over the middle. This time he'll throw out the screen pass to Parr. He's going to pick up the first down across midfield, and they're actually going to rule him short about just a few inches, actually, less than a full yard.
Right there, Westside is usually pretty rock solid on their open field tackles. And that was Christian Jones right there who just a bit whiffed on it. And it'll be first down, or it'll be a 4th and 1 for Papio.
4th and 1. The offense is so far staying on the field for Papio. Leggett in the shotgun. He's going to hand the ball off, picking up the first down initially, and they're going to give it to him.
Right there, just pounded the rock, got the first down. Keep moving the chains for Papio.
Go tell Hein to stop playing with the camera so much. He doesn't need to be that zoomed in right now. Leggett takes the snap. He'll hand the ball off, picking up about 2 yards on first down before driven back is Michael Valencia Jr.
Once more, it's Christian Jones and Quentin Warren right there. Warren leading the team in INTs with 4 and also is really good in the open field, has a lot of tackles on the season, over 50. But he mainly shined in his interceptions. 3 pick sixes on the year for him on an overall rock-solid Westside defense.
Leggett in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it out wide, looking for the screen pass, and can't complete it. And that'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Once more, it'll be decision time for Papio here if they can't pick up that first down. If you get a 4th and short here, you might be able to get into 4-down territory like you did on that 4th and 1, or punt the ball away and give Westside bad field position to start out their drive.
3rd and 7 at the 40-yard line. Pamaran takes the snap, fakes the handoff once again, rolls out to his right, looking to complete a pass on the right side, and it's in the dirt. Can't get it near his receiver. Once again, looking for Pamaran as top target.
Yeah, right there. Westside likes to run a fake blitz package, but right there, see, Christian Jones comes up to the line. He can either drop back in a zone coverage or blitz you, and right there is a blitz and forced him into a bad pass.
4th and 7. The offense is still on the field, looking to score points. They currently still trail by 7. Once again, from the 40, Pamaran deep in the shotgun, and he's going to do a pooch kick, and it's going to bounce at the 19, take a Westside roll, and go up to about the 24, and that is where Braylon Warren and the Westside offense will start their second drive of the game.
You really don't see many pooch punts right there, but not a good punt. Didn't get them back. Westside will start at their own 20, looks like their own 25-yard line, and just better field for Papio's drive. Could have had better field position if you're could have had better field position if you're the Papio defense.
Warren in the shotgun. Tay Jenkins on his right. Fakes it to Tay Jenkins. Now looking over the middle for Christian Jones and unable to complete the pass. And we're going to get a pass interference call. That one is going to go against Papio South. Ty Jelenik on the coverage. Had him by the waist.
A little bit of a late flag there, but still 15-yard penalty. And Westside has been really good at dominating the penalty game. Maybe a bit, not as much last week against Creighton Prep, but since their first game of the season where they had over 20 penalties, they've done a really good job at limiting the penalties, and Lamonji's crew's been a lot more disciplined, especially on the offensive end.
Jelenik will pick up the pass interference on that play. Looks like he had Christian Jones around the waist. That'll move the chains for Westside. Another first down. Warren takes the snap. He'll pitch it to Jenkins. Up the right sideline. Breaks free. Down the right sideline. One man to beat. Stiff arms him and is tripped up. The tackle is made by Owen Bogas. And another burst of speed by Tay Jenkins. He's just so dangerous with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, and it starts with the line right there. They little pitch out to the right side. Offensive line moved with it. And you give Tay Jenkins just a tad of room, he can make you pay. And right there, getting him all the way to the 15. And in our interviews with him, he always credits his offensive line.
Once again, Jenkins, this time not a big hole for him to take. Looks to bounce it outside, but he's going to lose 2 on first down.
Yeah, and that was just a good job at just tackling the legs. Tay Jenkins is only 5'8", 175 pounds. He can overpower you, though. But right there, just took out the legs. Makes it a 2nd and 11. Maybe see Braylon Warren air it out a bit more on this possession.
Warren takes the snap. This time he'll pitch it to Jenkins once again. Finds the hole and puts his head down to the 5-yard line. And that'll bring up third down. And they can still pick up a first down at about the 3-yard line.
Papio has been a little bit vulnerable on these little outside pitch runs, and Westside's been taking full advantage of it. Tay Jenkins, another big run there, setting up a 1st and goal for the Warriors.
1st and goal. They gave it first down to Tay Jenkins. Warren takes a snap. He'll pass this one. Looking outside, and the ball's going to be batted down at the line of scrimmage by Papio. On the bat down was Cale Johnson.
Papio's done a good job so far of limiting their Westside's red zone potential, but right now, Westside's going to show a dual back package here with Quentin Warren, bringing in an extra tight end. He has gotten some red zone opportunities on the air and through the ground.
He'll be lined up just behind the line of scrimmage on the left side. Tay Jenkins on Warren's right hip. He'll get the handoff. Fighting behind Warren, and he's going to get into the end zone. Tay Jenkins with his first touchdown of the game. Westside leads 13-0.
Once more, just another good blocking performance. Quinn Warren comes off the left side, makes a good block, and Tay Jenkins, a little hesitation, found the opening, got the touchdown, and now Westside up 13-0 early with 3:15 left to go in the third.
This looks a lot like Westside offense, Hunter. They pound the ball. They pass it when they need to. Good decisions by Braylon Warren, and it's 14-0 after the good PAT. And this isn't quite what I expected. We know how good Westside is, but I thought Papio was going to hang with their own. But Westside really out there dominating right now, Hunter. What have you seen out of Westside that you think is just working so well, dominating this Papio defense?
On the defensive end, it's mainly been Tay Jenkins. He already has 51 yards on the day so far, and Westside has been really good on the running game. Passing-wise, they really haven't gotten much, only a 5-yard completion to Keenan Cotton. But for now, just keep using that smash mouth offense they've done so well with under Lamonji. A lot of good blockers up front. Johnny Hurtado playing both ways. Blake Kiefer playing both ways. Wayne State commit Connor Wayne. Hudson Meade. All of those guys are really good blockers. Christian Jones, Quinn Warren, the 2 tight ends. They started, and Tay Jenkins benefits from it. And they could pass a little bit more. They run a bit more than they should. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep handing it to Tay Jenkins, and he will make you pay.
Shrislin gets his special teams unit set. getting ready to boot it away. Westside leads 14-0, 3:15 left to play here in the first quarter. And the kick is away by Shrislin. Looking down the left sideline, it's going to be fielded at the 4. Cutting back up to the middle of the field, now bouncing it back outside. Still on his feet. Going to be dragged down at about the 18. And that's where Leggett and the Monarchs will start at about the 18, 22-yard line.
Westside's defense has been playing really stout so far. Leggett only 1 for 7 on the day with an interception. His only completion, a 9-yard pass. And then when the rushing defense it's been Michael Valencia who's been pounding the rock the most for Papio, and he's only got 23 yards, only on one big run.
Handing off is Leggett. Going nowhere is the back Digacomo. And he's going to lose yardage on first down. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Westside all year has done just a really good job of getting those first down, loss of yards on the first play. And it's done a really helpful job of them to back up Papio and all of their teams they play behind the sticks.
Taking the snap, looking over the middle, once again trying to go deep. No receivers open, and finally getting rid of it is Leggett. Has his open receiver down the middle of the field, Johnson, and he's going to fight up to about midfield, the 49. That was a great job by Leggett, just making guys miss and extending the play.
Yeah, Leggett just a good scramble out there. Got some, not initial pressure, but then he held the ball for about 3 seconds, and then he got the pressure. Just a good job of evading, found the open man in Johnson, and it took it for a big gain, nearly up to midfield in Westside territory.
Unlike some teams, Hunter, Papio has gotten across midfield here in the first half, or in the first quarter to be exact. And right now they're at their own 48-yard line looking to fight across midfield, trailing 14-0. Leggett takes the snap, he'll hand it off, burst of speed up the middle, and then finally dragged down in Westside territory at the 40-yard line is Digacomo.
Just another big play there by Papio. It's what they need. Good chunk plays. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Big chunk plays are going to be the key to Papio's success. And right there, just another good run up the middle and near the Westside 40 for another first down.
Leggett in the shotgun, standing on the big Westside W. Takes the snap, he'll hand it off to Digacomo, finds another big hole, and he's finally brought down by Reed McIntyre after a gain of 12.
Westside has not been looking good on this inside run attack, and it just starts with the front 5 right there of Papio, and they've done a really good job of creating opportunities.
Papio going hurry up, Leggett in the shotgun, fakes the snap, and he's going to draw a man off sides. Oh, we're going to get a false start. Looked like Westside jumped off sides, but they're going to get Papio for a false start. That'll back him up 5.
Yeah, it did look like Westside may have moved first, but not into the neutral zone. And it looked like Papio may have jumped first, but just another, you just don't want to start behind the sticks if you're Papio.
1st and 15 now after the penalty. Leggett in the shotgun, motions his back out, fakes the screen pass to him, now rolls out right. He's going to keep it himself. He's actually going to throw it downfield to the end zone, and the ball is nearly caught before Keenan Cotton knocks the ball out of his hand. Looking down the field, I believe it was Isaac Pamaran in the end zone.
I believe we have a flag on the play, and I believe it might be an illegal forward pass. He looked like he got a lot of opportunity before he threw the football. But it could be a holding or a defensive penalty, but I believe it's an illegal forward pass.
Check that on my fault. The receiver in the end zone was actually Owen Bogas. As we await the penalty flag here, I thought Leggett was keeping it for himself, so you may be right in the illegal forward pass. And Papio is backing up. And that is correct. We're going to get an illegal forward pass call. I thought Leggett was keeping him for himself because he took it past the line of scrimmage before he threw it down in the end zone. And that's going to back Papio up even more.
And including the loss of down, it'll be a 2nd and 20 for the Monarchs. And with driving so far so good, a couple of penalties are backing them up and might force them to get a bad punt off.
Leggett takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off. Up through the middle with a burst of speed is Valencia Jr. He's going to get to the 30, about 3 or 4 yards from the original line of scrimmage.
We said at the pregame that Papio was going to be a really good passing team. I think they've done a really good job at running it with their quarter, with Leggett only going 1 for 10 so far, 2 for 11 so far. It's been a good ground game for Papio so far.
Play clock starts to tick. It's at 18. Leggett gets his offense set. He has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to his right, and Valencia on his right hip. Takes the low snap, looks right, and an out-breaking route by Pamaran. The ball is caught, and that's near the first down marker.
And then they will pick it up. Just a great job by Papio on the 2nd and 20 after the illegal forward pass. Picked up those 20 yards, a gain of about 15, and a huge first down for the Monarchs within the Warrior red zone, Zach.
There's a great out-breaking route by Pamaran, and you saw Leggett throw the ball before the receiver had even turned around from his break. The ball's going to be handed off to Digiacomo, and he's going to be tackled down and still on his feet, but dragged backwards. Forward progress was ruled after a gain about 3.
And that'll do it for the quarter, though. A great job by Papio on that last possession to start driving within the Westside red zone. But Westside currently leads 14-0 over the Papio La Vista Monarchs.
Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside leads 14-0 over Papio La Vista after the first quarter of action. Westside's 2 scores came on a Tay Jenkins handoff for about 5 yards and a Bryson Williams pick 6 early in the first quarter. This time, Papio threatening to score. The ball is handed off to Digiacomo, running into a stout Westside defensive line, and that'll pick up about 1, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Once more, this red zone defense for both teams has been really good. Papio forcing a stop on Westside's first possession when they started at the 13, but that did result in a pick 6 on the ensuing possession for Papio. And they did a good job at stopping the original on the second red zone possession, but eventually did end up in a Tay Jenkins touchdown. Be interesting to see here how Westside can handle being in the red zone for their first time.
Digicomo the back once again. And they're actually going to run a little bit of a jet sweep action to the tight end, Cale Johnson. And that'll pick up 2-yard line. Somewhat of a trick play coming off the side.
Yeah, Westside did a good job there of stopping it. Brings up a 4th and 2. This might be 4-down territory here if you're the Monarchs. A little nice trick play there, a handoff to the tight end Johnson. Pull out all the stops right now if you're Papio. It's about the best thing you can do to beat Westside, but they are going to go for it.
Jumbo package in the game. They're going to run Wildcat, running out to the sideline into the pylon. Pamaran scores the touchdown, and Papio La Vista cuts the lead to 8.
Wow, that's just a beautiful job. Looks like he caught. Yeah, he was in bounds. The touchdown is confirmed. Papio, a nice little drive here to cut the lead down to 8. Give a little momentum in their direction.
Back-to-back really interesting play calls. They ran that odd sort of jet sweep action, and then they followed up by a Wildcat to their wide receiver, Pamaran, and it looks like Papio starts in a weird formation, motions back to the middle, and now they point after attempt will be kicked by Cooper Willis. Looking to cut the lead down to 7, and the ball is going to be blocked. Christian Jones came up, and it hit him in the chest, and Westside's lead stays at 8.
And that might be what comes back to bite you if you're Papio. Every point counts when you're playing Westside for everybody from Millard South to Benson. And right there, good blocked extra point, keeping the lead at 8. But you know what this means, Zach? We get to see a kickoff return. We don't see much of those anymore with the Westside defense being so stout.
Yeah, we know Keenan Cotton and Tay Jenkins back there, both really dangerous, both with 2 apiece this season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can get number 3. The state record's 5. I don't think they'll be able to reach that, but they'll have a chance here to get a good return here. But it's a two-headed dragon, and we've seen teams that just completely avoid both of them and kick it to the middleman.
We'll see what Willis and Papio elects to do here. Both Keenan Cotton and Tay Jenkins standing at about the 10-yard line. 3 middlemen up front, including Titan Glassman on the right side. Tay and Keenan Cotton both move back about a yard, now standing between the 9 and 10-yard line, deep in their own end zone. Wills on for the kick as we see what Papio elects to do with the 2-headed monster on the return. And they're going to do a pooch onside kick, and it's going to be recovered at the 50-yard line by Westside.
And right there, that's a gutsy play call right there if you're Papio's coach, Tim Williams. An onside kick, instead of the kicking into the 2-headed monster of Keenan Cotton and Tay Jenkins, they do a little onside kick, recovered by the Warriors, and just a beautiful job to get down on it by the front men. And Westside now starting in Papio territory at the 49.
Zongaboanon was the person up front that recovered it for Westside, and they have good starting field position at the 50-yard line. Here's Braylon Warren. He's going to stand for a second and then finally throw it out to Keenan Cotton, who breaks the first tackle up to the 35, and he's going to be dragged down at the 30-yard line. On the tackle was Cale Johnson.
Once again, it's just a little short screen pass to Keenan Cotton. Picks up. He is really good with the yards after catch and a good gain of about 20 and a first down. Gain of 19.
Warren pulls it back once again. The pass is complete over the middle to about the 20. The ball was caught by Titan Glassman that time for the Warriors.
You really don't see Titan Glassman too much in this offense anymore, but right there, a little nice screen pass to him. He was the tight end in that formation. And another first down. Looking again to inside the 10.
Tay takes the pitch, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield at the 20, a loss of 2.
You don't see that much from Tay where he gets tackled on the first one. Just a good open field tackle by Papio. And a good job to start Westside behind the sticks in the red zone.
I've noticed Westside has elected to run a lot more outside the tackles, more pitch plays, not a lot of run plays up the middle. Warren takes a snap, fakes it to Jenkins, pressure's in his face, and he's going to go down at the 25. In on the sack for Papillion, Logan Holtmeyer, and you don't see that very much. Westside gives up the sack.
Yeah, that was just a good dual effort play by both the secondary and the front seven. Great pressure and an initial sack, but then Papillion had everybody locked up.
Now 3rd and 15. Another pressure in Warren's face, and he's going to be dragged down again. Garen Maley this time with the sack, and Westside's all the way back to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that's not good. You knock him out of field goal range, and Warren looked like he was going to limp off the field, but it's going to be 4th down. If they would attempt a field goal, Shrislin, I believe, has the leg, but it would be a 50-yarder. It would be a 50-plus yarder, but as Lamonji's going to call a timeout. A real bad job by Westside just to allow those 2 sacks. It looked like Johnny Hurtado, the center, may have gotten beat off the line. And right now, decision time if you're Lamonji. A 4th and 25 is not good. If you really not good. They can punt it, put Papillion South back, but they have a chance. It's 14-6. It's still a 1-score game.
That's right, Hunter. From here, it would be about a 49, 50-yard field goal, like you said. Shrislin may have the leg. That's got to be pushing his range, though, if I have to imagine. And Coach Lamonji is still talking to the Westside offense through the timeout. But Braylon Warren is going to step off the field, it looks like. And here comes the special team unit for Westside. Warren steps off the sideline. Can't quite tell if Owen Wall is on the field or if it's Shrislin, and they're going to go for a field goal. Papillion comes out of the timeout. Coach Lamonji still talking it over. I see Westside's special teams coordinator out on the field talking, so I imagine it's going to be some sort of kick, and Owen Wall is in the huddle, so they're going to punt it.
Yeah, once more, it's just a really great job by the Papillion defense. You had him in the red zone, 2 sacks, knocked him out. Just not good job by Westside there to keep it within the field goal range. Too little time for Warren to at least throw it away.
It's not often you see Westside gives up sacks, let alone back-to-back sacks, and you would hope for Braylon Warren in that situation to throw the ball away, but he's not in that situation very often, so a little bit of a younger quarterback mistake there. He has strong legs, so you also have to give him credit for trying to extend the play, but blown coverage on the line, and Westside's backed out of field goal range, and they're going to punt the ball away. And Papillon's running some sort of safe zone to avoid a fake, and they're going to let Owen Wall kick it away with no return man deep.
I do not believe they would fake it on a 4th and 25, but I am a bit surprised that they would not have a returner back there. Maybe it could be a touchback, but they send a guy back all the way to the 15, and Westside just going to try to put him back within their own 20-yard line. It's about the best case scenario you can have if you're Owen Wright, who's had some really good punts on the year.
Hammeran is the man deep, standing on the 10. Wall stands at midfield, and the kick is away, and it's going to be a line drive. Bounces at the 4, near the pylon, and if they're going to rule it a touchback or if they'll rule it out of bounds.
I believe it's out of bounds. They're going to mark it within the 10 to the 7. Punting is winning is my motto, and right there a good punt by Owen Wright.
That was a great kick. Bounced at about the 7, must have bounced on the line, and very questionable deep in their own territory. Papillion will start with the ball.
Yeah, now, you don't see this too much in the first half of any Westside game. They have a shot at tying it up with a 2-point conversion if they score a touchdown in the first half with 8:32 left to go. But if they want it, they have to drive 93 yards against this Westside team.
That's about where the pick 6 happened as well, Hunter, but instead it's going to be the handoff for the running back Valencia. Picks up about 1 on first down.
Yeah, Westside has done a really great job at getting them in bad field position to start each drive for Papillion, and just riding off of the special teams that that they provide, putting them back behind the sticks consistently.
Coach Williams for Papio has to have it in mind that Leggett threw a pick six deep in their own territory early in the first quarter. Legett's going to take the snap, backs to his goal line, gets rid of the pass, complete to Paymaran, breaks the tackle up to the 30 near midfield before he's dragged down by Keenan Cotton.
Wow. Another beautiful pass by Leggett. Paymaran has been all over the field today, and a big reception there to get him from the shadow of their own end zone, basically, all the way to midfield. A huge play for Papio, and they're showing why they could handle the number one team in the state.
By far the best performance we've seen in the first half by any team against Westside this year. At the 45, Leggett takes the snap, going to hand the ball off to Digacomo, and he's up the left sideline. He's free, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 25.
No, I think he
tiptoed his way down to the 15.
And another big play by Papio. They just reversed the field against Westside's usually dominant defense. And the Papio fans and faithful are chanting right now. Just a great job by their offense to keep them within the game. And just a beautiful job.
And you heard the chant from the Papio fans. I have to echo it. That is a freshman, Hunter. That is a freshman for Papio on the carry, the leading rusher for the Monarchs. He takes the carry once again, and this time he's not going to go anywhere. Blowing up the play in the backfield for Westside is Johnny Hurtado.
Yeah, Michael Valent on 2 plays, they go for 37 yards and 40 yards. 77 yards and flipping the field. Another great job.
Now pushed back about 2 yards on first down. It's 2nd and 12 for the Monarchs. Once again, a handoff to DiGiacomo. This time he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long.
Once more, I believe that was, it was DiGiacomo on the carry, but like you said, Valencia is a freshman, and he is absolutely popping off for the Monarchs right now as it looks like they're going to take a timeout. 3rd and 12 coming up for the Monarchs, who have the momentum right now.
Westside leads 14-6. Papio threatening to score midway through the second quarter. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Papio threatening to score. It's 3rd and 11 from the 16-yard line. Leggett in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. Play action pass. Looking back over the middle. The pass is complete to the 4, to the 3. Dragged down at the 5 was Brody Parr, who took the screen pass.
Yeah, and right there, just another short little screen pass made just got enough yardage. 1st and goal for the Monarchs, threatening to score here and make with a 2-point conversion if they convert it. Zach, this will be a tie game for Westside in the second quarter. You don't see it much often for the Warriors. And I think this is the closest game I think I've seen with them since Omaha North played them in week 1 in that weather affair.
Taking the snap is Paymaran in the Wildcat, and he has his 2nd Wildcat touchdown of the night. And Papio could tie it with a 2-point conversion.
we've seen a lot of teams for both high school and even at the college level. They like to run usually they'll have a second quarterback, but right there, Panarin in the Wildcat, the usual receiver takes it in for a score and cuts the lead to 2. It'll be a 2-point conversion for the Monarchs to try to tie this game up at 14.
Pamarian actually comes off the field on this 2-point conversion. Leggett in the ball game at quarterback, but no Pamaran for Papio.
And we'll have another timeout called. It will be Williams again who calls the timeout, the second one for Papio. But a 93-yard possession by the Monarchs, coming off of a 30-yard complete run and then a 40-yard completion.
You got to give Papio credit here. You're not very often that you see Westside get dominated like this on defense, and they have a chance to tie it. This would be the first time Westside is tied in any game, going back all the way to week 1, or when it's 0-0 at the start of every game.
Yeah, it's just been real dominant for Westside all season, finally facing a real good challenger. We saw it a couple of weeks ago when Elkhorn South came to town. They were really good. They were really good for that first quarter, but the second quarter they just kind of fell apart. Papio South's limiting themselves, and like you said, they're getting a good amount of drives. Except for that pick 6 that they had, they've been using their drives very, very wisely, and their defense has gotten very good stops.
That's the difference maker in this game right now so far, Hunter, that pick 6. Otherwise, this might be a completely different ball game between these two teams. Leggett in the shotgun. They're going from 2 from the 3-yard line. He's going to drop back to pass, has no receivers, now looks right, takes off with his wheels, and the ball is picked off in the end zone, and the play will be blown dead, and Westside retains their lead, still up by 2.
Yeah, that was just a nice little interception there. Plays blown dead in the end zone. I believe it was Keenan Cotton. On the pick. But just another great job by Westside to make this 0 for 2 on the try point for Papio.
Yeah, you mentioned Keenan Cotton. He's been playing a lot more defensive back. I haven't seen Joe Simon out on the field. We weren't sure if he was going to be ready to go. He missed last week. And if I remember correctly, he had some sort of issue up in his arm with ligaments or tendons, if I remember correctly. But that is Joe Simon on the sideline in a sweatshirt. So Keenan Cotton to fill the void at corner.
Yeah, a big loss for this Westside defense. Simon's been a leader all year. He's a senior on the senior night. Still a bit of problems with his arm, but they should be able to have him back for the playoffs.
And now we'll see a kickoff once again for Papio. Last time they were out here to kick it off, they elected to go with an onside kick. But here it is, Tay Jenkins, Keenan Cotton back to return. Both very dangerous.
I'll be willing to see here, Pat. They've probably studied the film. They know that those two are dangerous. I wouldn't think they would go for an onside kick again, give Westside better field position. Maybe just kick it up to the middlemen.
Front men for Westside are very alert after the last onside kick. This one is going to be a short kick to about the 30, and that's where it's going to go out of bounds. And the flag will be thrown for the kick out of bounds. That right there it's one of the few ways you have to avoid Tay Jenkins and Keenan Cotton. But guess it gives Westside still really good field position when the teams avoid those two in the deep area.
Yeah, it's just basically pick your poison. Do you trust your special teams to get good field position? Oh, it's gonna be a 5-yard penalty and a re-kick.
Westside's gonna go with the re-kick option.
I mean, they really want Keenan Cotton and Tay Jenkins, one of those two, to return the ball, and they'll keep going with those 5-yard penalties backwards until they get proper field position to start or they get a proper kick to them.
The kick once again from Willis. This time it will come from the 35 instead of the 40. Everyone scoots up 5 yards. Keenan Cotton, Tay Jenkins at about the 15-yard line. Wills marks it up with the football. Gets his stance. Marches back. And gets the run up to the football. Boots it away. Once again, a short kick. Same place as last time, and it's going to go out of bounds. And we'll see what Coach Lamanji chooses to do this time, if they'll just take the field position.
And I see Coach Damon Benning take his headset off in frustration. They know they got two special players back there, and they want them to return. He is laying it in, talking with the ref right now, but yeah, another free kick out of bounds and another 5 yards back.
And they're going to replay it once again, this time to the 30-yard line. And we're just going to keep going into this cycle, Hunter, until I imagine the ball is kicked in bounds.
I would agree. If this keeps going, the farthest I've seen a kickoff begin with was at a 7-yard line, kickoff, which was crazy enough. But right now, if the kicker can't get it within bounds, it might be happening.
I have to ask, Hunter, did those penalties push them back due to personal fouls, or did we just go over and over with these 5-yard penalties?
I say go over and over.
Wills, this time from the 30, for the third time. Kick is away, and this time it's a squib kick. Rolls on the ground, picked up by Titan Glassman. Up the middle of the field, near the big W at the 50-yard line.
Finally a kick in bounds, but good job there by Glassman. Got the ball, returned it back up to midfield in good starting field position for the Warriors. I'm surprised he picked that one up, honestly. Tate Jenkins was right behind him, ready to do some damage.
And we can sit here, Hunter, and tell you how too dangerous those are on kickoffs in an open field. But I think that's going to tell the story for us, Hunter. 2 kicks out of bounds and then a line drive kick. Warren in the shotgun, 1st and 10 from midfield. Fakes the jet sweep to Keenan Cotton. Jenkins gets the carry, breaks the legs tackle, and gets up about to the 45. And will bring up 2nd and 5.
Once more, you don't see this often from Westside. They do not have the momentum right now. Papillion scoring on 2 straight possessions, and only 1 score from Westside coming off of a Tate Jenkins rushing touchdown. But 5 minutes left. You got all the time in the world. Just let him chill and make sure they get good field position.
Warren takes his drop back. Pressure comes. Jenkins on the screen pass up the middle of the field, and he's going to be brought down at the 36-yard line by the defensive back, Owen Bogas.
Once more, it's just a game of pressure. Westside's O-line got beat there, more or less because of the screen pass, but Braylon Warren has been feeling it in the pocket today.
1st and 10 from the 36 for Westside. Finn Christensen in the ball game at running back for the Warriors. Warren going to fake the handoff to Christensen. Rush right up the middle, and the ball is picked off. Braylon Warren throws the pick to Jack Jelenik, and Papio La Vista will take over from the 10.
Once again, the pressure got to Braylon Warren. We said his name a lot today on the offensive end. It's Cale Johnson who forced the throw out of the sack, and it's picked off, but Eli Johnson made the tackle, and we have an injured player. I believe it was the guy who got the interception, but a huge turn of events. Papio with an opportunity to score and take the lead.
Jack Jelenik is the injured Monarch, just picked off Westside. And that's got to be the pressure again, getting to Braylon Warren. That's the biggest issue right now for Westside, but we're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, Papio's going to have a chance to take the lead. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside just got picked off by Papio and Jack Jelenik, who walks off the field on his own power. And here comes Leggett and the Monarchs with a chance to take the lead. Once again, they're going to have to go 90-plus yards.
Yeah, starting at their own 10, that's about the best thing you could do, a little mini punt for Westside on that interception.
Jet sweep action, and we're going to have a reverse going downfield, and the ball is nearly caught, and a pass interference. Another late flag. This one's going to go on Reed McIntyre as a reverse was thrown downfield looking for the receiver. And the flag is going to be picked up. No penalty as the ball was thrown deep downfield to Owen Bogas. And Papio pulling all the tricks out of the book.
Yeah, that was just a weird play. A little jet sweep, toss action. The original pass interference called off due to a tip. Quentin Warren right there to tip it, and just a break for Westside.
That's the big part right there. You mentioned the ball was tipped, meaning the flag is picked up. Great job by these officials communicating and making the right call. A handoff for Leggett, and he's going to pick up about 6 yard lines. I believe it was Digajakmo on the carry. Bodie Parr, sorry, check that. Westside still with a 2-point lead. 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. 3rd and 5 for Papio at their own 15.
Yeah, Papio is just going to go with a little hard count here. This will probably be the best stop here for Westside if they can get it.
Not 4 down territory for the Monarchs. Leggett takes a snap, hands the ball off, and not going to get anywhere near the first down marker was the running back, Brody Parr, once again on the carry, I believe.
Once again, that Monarch run game has been really electric. Right there, just a good stop by Westside. It should force a punt, but Papio's offense is staying on the field. 3:20 left to go in the second quarter.
Quick delay. It's 4th and 5. The offense is still out on the field for Papio. We'll see if they decide to go for it at their own 15-yard line. And the play clock is going to tick under 2, and Coach Williams is going to call a timeout. And we're going to call a timeout here on the WTV Live Network. Westside leads 14-12 over Papio La Vista. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Papio's punt team out on the field as Westside comes up big on 3rd down, and a Monarch punt. Kick is away. This one goes nowhere. It's going to bounce at the 25-yard line, and it's going to roll up to the 30, and that is where the ball is going to be down. Amazing starting field position for the Westside Warriors after the poor punt from Cooper Wills.
Punting is a very underrated part of the football game. Right there, a good punter can flip the field. We've seen a lot of Owen Wright right on the last punt that Westside had flipped the field for them. Only about a 20-yard punt for Papio's punter, and Westside has good starting field position at the 31, hoping to not throw an interception this time.
Ball is taken by Braylon Warren on the read option, and he's going to be dragged down after a gain of 3 on 1st down.
You really don't see that much often from Coach Lamanji, a little quarterback keeper to Braylon Warren, but less than 2:30 left to go in the quarter. Westside is just going to try to get points on the board, take some momentum going into half. Yeah.
Ball is handed off to Jenkins, and getting up to the line of scrimmage and a gain of nothing. And it'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Westside.
Yeah, Papio's done a really good job at limiting Westside's first initial carries, especially Tay Jenkins. He's got a couple of mid-runs, but Papio's done a really good job at stuffing the box.
Warren takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looking for an open receiver, and he's going to finally throw the ball, and it's going to be thrown into the sideline. The pass is complete, and that won't be good enough for a first down. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. The pass was complete to Christian Jones.
And now it's going to be decision time for Coach Lamanji. 4th and 1, clock has stopped. Do you kick the field goal or you go for it here?
The field goal would put Westside up by 5, which is still a one-score game, but it would not make it a field goal game, and Westside's going to go for it. Warren in the shotgun, Tay Jenkins right behind him. He gets the pitch, and he picks up the first down to the 6, still on his feet, and he's going to be tackled down at the 11-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11.
Like I said earlier, Westside has been using a lot of those pitch plays, and another great one there by Tay Jenkins, getting it to the outside quickly and picking up a gain of about 6 and enough for a first down.
You got to think, Papio's been able to develop pressure on pass plays. They're going to get there on run plays. Westside really smart running the ball outside with Jenkins so far in the first half. Warren takes a snap, hands it off to Finn Christensen, who battles his way down to about the 5-yard line. With 1:20 left to play, Westside threatening to make it a 2-score game.
Even if they do make it a 2-score game, you got to be happy right now if you're Papio. Going up against the best team in Nebraska and putting up this numbers.
Ball is once again handed off, and this time Christensen's going to get to about the 2-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 1. And this time 3rd and 1. Westside looking to score still.
Westside has a good opportunity here. Just hand it off up the middle. If that doesn't work, take the timeout.
Ball is handed up to the middle and not getting into the end zone. It'll bring up 4th down. Once again, I imagine Westside goes for it this time.
So Lamanji is going to take a timeout here, and it is going to be decision time. This Papio defense has been absolutely stunning against Westside's run defense, but we've seen it before. Papio and Millard South played earlier in the season. The final score is 56-21. Nothing special by the Patriots. But in the first half, Papio put up a really good fight. They tied it 14-14, nearly going into halftime. Millard South scored a late touchdown to make it 14-21 going into halftime. But they have done really good. They've had really good first halves against really good football teams in the state.
Once again, another really good half here. We're going to take a very short break here on the WTV Live Network. We'll be back in just a second with the 4th and 1. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. A big 4th and 1 upcoming for Westside. They need to punch it into the end zone. Otherwise, Papio takes over, and it's still a 1-score game. This could be a big turning point here in the game. Warren in the shotgun. They're going to pass out of 4th and 1. And a wide open Tay Jenkins walks his way in. Westside leads 20-12.
Once more, there have been a lot of gutsy play calling in this game, usually by Papio, but right there, the pressure in Braylon Warren's face. He just takes a little nice dump out to Tay Jenkins, who puts it in for the touchdown. 20 seconds left, and Everett Shrislin going to make it a 2-possession game here if he can nail the extra point.
Shrislin been really good on the season with his point after attempts. And once again, nails it through the middle. It's a 9-point game at Phelps Field. Westside with the lead. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. 21-12, Westside with the lead over Papillion La Vista. They just got the Tay Jenkins touchdown on the screenplay on 4th and 1. Gutsy play calling by Coach Lamanji. Ever Shrislin will boot this one away. And I have to imagine Papillion minus a big kickoff just going to take a knee. Shrislin boots it away. It's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line by Pamaran. Looking up past the ref's sideline, a flag is going to be thrown from the far side of the field as Pamaran breaks free to about the 35.
We'll see what the flag is, but I think it will be might be a holding on Papio. So like you just said, it's probably going to take a knee and get into halftime, but a really good, solid, good half by Papio.
And you nailed it, Hunter. Holding on the returning team as that'll back up Papio, but no timeouts with 14 seconds left. I think the smart play, just take the knee, go into halftime, only trailing by 9.
Yeah, it's only a one-possession game. Westside hasn't had many of those in the past few years. They've only had 2 since the 2022 state championship game where they won by 2 against Gretna, 5 field goals by Tristan Alvano to win that. Now he's kicking at Nebraska. They didn't have a single one-score game all year going into halftime. And then right now, this season, it was the first game of the season against Omaha North where they were up 2-0 going into the halftime.
Leggett's actually going to throw it. Clock hits under 10. He's going to keep it himself. Runs out at about the 21. The clock will stop. Good, smart play. Leggett not forcing anything. And the clock will stop with 8 seconds. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I mean, if you're Papio, you really still have nothing to lose. You're almost guaranteed a playoff spot, probably in the top 10. You'll probably have to play on the road for most of the tournament, but you really got nothing to lose. Air the ball out, but it looks like you said, Zach, they're going to take a knee right here.
Leggett takes the knee, and that'll send us into the halftime break. Westside leads 21-12 in a really good defensive scoring affair. And we'll take a quick break here. We'll be back in just a few seconds. I'll have a quick stat read, and then we'll toss it over to the band here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Zach Kastrick with your halftime stat read. We'll start with passing for Westside. 6 of 8, Braylon Warren, 51 yards, 1 touchdown, and a INT, a long of 19 yards. Now on to Papio with the passing yards. Cameron Leggett, 5 for 11 with his 1 INT, which was a pick 6. But 97 yards and no touchdowns. Westside rushing, the leading rusher between both teams in this game, Tay Jenkins, 10 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Tay Jenkins also has 1 in the receiving game for Westside on the 4th and 1. He has 11 yards receiving. The leading receiver for Westside, Keenan Cotton, with 2 receptions. And the next one down the list, Titan Glassman, 1 reception for 11 yards. Rushing for Papillion La Vista, who was actually leading the game in rushing for most of that first half, Michael Valencia Jr., 7 carries for 72 yards, averaging 10 and a third on the ground per play. Brody Parr with 22 rushing yards on 7 carries, and receiving for the Monarchs is led by Isaac Pamaran, who has the 2 touchdowns, both of them coming on Wildcat rushes. 51 yards for Pamaran on 2 receptions, a long of 37. On defense, the big note, the Bryson Williams pick 6. But we're going to turn it over to the Westside High School dance team. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick alongside Hunter Valapek. Just a few minutes till we get back here with the second half kickoff. But Hunter, let's talk about that first half a little bit. 21-12 is the score right now, and it could be a lot different. It could be a one-score game if Papillion just nailed their first extra point and didn't have to waste their time going to two. It could be 21-14.
Yeah, Papillion South has played a really dominant game of football. It'll depend here on what Westside can do. They get the ball to start the second half. They can come out with a statement hot, or they can have a spark that flames out. But right now, Papillion is probably one of the more important drives of their game right now.
And if we look at Papillion, you mentioned Isaac Pamaran has 51 yards receiving, leads the team, and rushing for Isaac Pamaran. He has 2 touchdowns on 12 yards, both coming in the Wildcat formation.
Yeah, Pamaran's been the main key of this Monarch offense. Also with it's also going to be freshman running back Michael Valencia Jr., who has carried the rock all day for the Monarchs, and they've just done really good at it. 72 rushing yards for Valencia.
Just a few behind Tay Jenkins. Valencia actually led the game in rushing yards until Tay Jenkins overtook him on the final drive that put up a touchdown right before the buzzer at halftime. Westside will start the ball. We saw a bit of a cat and mouse game with the ball kicking out of bounds. We actually saw 3 kickoffs as Papillion was avoiding kicking to Jenkins and Cotton. Both have 2 touchdown returns on the year. So I imagine maybe Papillion will just kick it down the middle this time, Hunter, and we'll be off to go because we know they're going to avoid the 2-man back deep. And indeed, we're going to have a ball kicked into the ground. It's bounced off a Westside player, picked up, and it's going to be returned up to near the 45-yard line. A little bit dangerous. The ball bounced off an up man, but the ball was recovered by Westside and returned up to about the 45-yard line. On the return, picking it up was John Paul Ryan.
Yeah, Westside, I'm surprised they didn't kick it a little bit farther this time. Westside has had really good field position, maybe except for one possession. They've had really good field position right next to midfield.
And once again, they have it. They'll start at the 43-yard line. Braylon Warren comes out, led the game pretty good. He does have 1 interception, though. Jenkins is going to get the first carry of the half. Breaks up through the middle at midfield. Breaks another tackle before he's brought down behind by the defensive lineman for Papillion.
A lot of effort there. Just only get 6 yards. Great job by Tay Jenkins to find the gap. Got stopped right at midfield. Got maybe a little extra push for a couple more yards for making it 2nd and 2.
From the Papillion 49-yard line, Warren takes a snap. Jet sweep, Keenan Cotton. A lot of guys to make miss. He misses a couple and gets up to the 45-yard line. Will pick up the first down.
It's probably best case scenario right now if you're Westside on that. Good protection there by the defenders.
Your battery's
or by the blockers.
Your battery's right there.
Just a lot of defenders to get through. Only a gain of about 4, but enough for a first down into Papillion territory. And a good drive to start out for the Warriors with a good field position.
Warren communicates with his offensive line. Tay Jenkins behind him, 2 receivers to his left. Jenkins with another pitch, gets up past the line of scrimmage and fights his way towards the first down marker, a gain of 8 on first down. Another handoff. This one up gets the first down yardage for Westside. And the chains continue to move. First and 10 once again for Westside. 10-15 left to play here in the third quarter. Westside leads by 9. Warren in the shotgun. Tay Jenkins on his left. Keenan Cotton is the motion man. Fakes the jet sweep action, looking downfield for the receiver and falling down. And a flag is going to be thrown. Looking down the sideline, Warren was for Tay Jenkins on the wheel right out of the backfield. and I imagine we're going to get a pass interference. Officials will discuss it.
And I think they'll say holding or pass interference.
15-yard penalty on the pass interference on the wheel route from Tay Jenkins. The chains will move, and Westside gets the first down.
Westside right now just looking like Papio did in that first, on a couple of the possessions in the first half, driving the ball really efficiently. They've gotten a lot of good field position. They're going to move the chains up. Westside will be in the red zone at the Papio 19.
In the red zone are the Warriors. They currently lead by 9. Warren takes the snap. Pressure comes, looking into the right corner of the end zone, and the ball is caught. What a catch by Keenan Cutton on the right side. Westside touchdown. They lead by 15.
I don't know what was better on that one, Zach, the throw or the catch. A beautiful over-the-shoulder catch, having to adjust his body, do a little limbo right there to make the catch over the defender's head. Braylon Warren perfectly at that back right pylon. Touchdown Westside. Best case scenario for the Warriors to start this half.
Currently lead by 15, and Shrislin's PAT down the middle. Perfect once again. 28-12. Westside with the lead. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Zach Castro, Connor Valapek alongside me. Westside just put up their 4th touchdown of the game. They lead 28-12 over Papio La Vista. Shrislin on for the kickoff. Pamaran, the main returner, back deep. The kick is away, floats it down to about the goal line, and that's where the ball will be returned up past the 10, the 20, and brought down quickly at the 20-yard line is the return man for Papio. Pamaran was on the return. Papio needs to come out and make a statement on this first drive of the half, Hunter.
Yeah, they've done really good on some possessions. They had a 93-yard touchdown possession in the first half. So you can't sleep on the offense if you're the Westside defense. Just got to hold out. Just have to hold out and keep backing up behind the sticks as much as possible. A stop here could probably prove really good in the end.
The official start point of this drive will be the 22-yard line. Leggett takes the snap, takes the handoff to the running back, and it'll pick up 2 on first down.
It's another good job. Westside has really tuned up that inside run. They've been getting a little bit beat up there in that second quarter, but another great job, another great defensive stop by the Warriors.
Leggett in the shotgun, DiGiacomo on his right hip. 2 receivers to the right as well. Fakes the handoff to DiGiacomo. Passes complete out the right sideline to the receiver, Owen Bogaz. And it'll be short of the first down, 3rd and 2.
Once again, Westside is doing a great job. They're getting a bit more pressure on the quarterback than they did in the first half. Right there was Quentin Warren, who nearly got the tip down. Westside doing a better job just picking up their fundamentals that they did not have in that first half.
Big 3rd and 3 upcoming for the Monarchs. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Leggett in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and the pass is nearly picked off once again. Bryson Williams nearly had it. It went right through his hands. It'll bring up 4th down.
Once more, Bryce Williams has just been everywhere on the field. Another near interception, and that one, no doubt, would have gone for 6. He had momentum. He had about everything going for him. Just had to make the catch, and he just let it slip through his hands. But 4th and 3 right now. This one could be a big one here for Papillion.
Papillion lined up to go for it on 4th and 3, and once again, Leggett will punt it away. It'll bounce at the 40-yard line, bounce towards Papillion once again, and it'll roll out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Once again, amazing field position for the Warriors when we come back here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. And a timeout will be called on the field. This one's going to be a media timeout. And we will take the media timeout. Westside leads 28-12. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside leads 28-12 over the Papillion La Vista Monarchs. Braylon Warren out for their second drive of the second half. They put up 7 on the first one. This drive will start from the 49. And the players just chilling out on the field waiting for the media timeout to wrap up. They're not used to it. We're not used to it, but hey, we all adjust.
Yeah, this will be a pretty big drive here for Westside. They can air it out good. They had a big touchdown pass to Keenan Cotton in the last possession. They really went with their air attack, let Braylon Warren sing the rock. And this one could put it away here if Papillion can't find an answer.
Braylon Warren, the shotgun, Finn Christensen on the left hip to start this drive. Christian will take the fake carry. Braylon Warren looking deep. Instead, he's going to hit it underneath to Mo Purify, who picks up some yards after the catch down to the 31.
I like what Coach Laundrie here is doing. They're going to let Warren throw the rock, and it's been working out really well so far for them. Got the 19-yard touchdown pass to Cotton earlier, and he's been pretty electric through the air on the passes he has been throwing. Currently, he is.
Hurry up offense for Westside. Warren will pitch it to Finn Christensen. The ball is loose, and it's going to be recovered by Papillion La Vista, I think. Still no ruling, and Westside's going to keep the ball. That was dangerous. Finn Christensen got lit up in the backfield on the pitch play.
Somebody just forgot to block, and it results in a near loss of possession. I thought Papillion was on it, must have squirted it away. But just as we were saying, the passing game was working so well, they try a run there, and it gets blown up.
Looked like Logan Holtmeyer landed on it for Papio, but must have been mistaken. Somehow Westside got back on top of it. Tay Jenkins takes the fake handoff, and Warren's going to take it himself up to the 20, and a flag on the play. Hunter probably holding.
Yeah, I would agree. 2 flags right at the same spot, so I'm going to guess. You're probably right, Zach. Holding call, and Westside's backing up, so it just it's another bad discipline issue. It'll bring us 2nd and 23.
Westside's been pretty well off tonight with the flags on the field. Only their, I want to say, maybe 2nd or 3rd penalty for the Warriors in tonight's contest.
Holding. Offense number 74. 2-yard penalty from the spot of foul.
And the flag is confirmed by our official. Westside will be backed up. It'll bring up 2nd and 13. Tay Jenkins, the running back on this play, trips left for Braylon Warren, 1 to the right sideline. Jenkins motions out, empty backfield, and a flag is thrown before the snap.
And I would expect this one to be a false start. Yep. Can hear the Papio student section cheering. Back-to-back penalties on the Warriors, bringing them all the way back to a would be a 2nd and 25. A couple in the second half, they had the ball in the red zone with a good amount of time to go. They got sacked twice on a couple of plays that should have been thrown away. Knocked them out of field goal range, and right now it's 2nd and 25. They're way out of field goal range. Just got to try to get back in it. Maybe get Scherzlin a shot at a 50-yarder.
Warren in the shotgun. Clock will resume. He looks to pass. Screen pass Eli Johnson, and he's quickly tackled. Nowhere to go for Eli Johnson. Big tackle made by Jonathan Harden Jr.
Once more, Papio just finding their rhythm once again. First drive for Westside didn't really pan out too well for the Papio defense, but right now they're finding their stride, and a couple of Westside penalties helps them out as well, forcing them back to a 3rd and 24. A long way to go for the first down.
3rd in the distance to Papillion from here. Braylon Warren will be in the shotgun. Tay Jenkins will motion back to his left hip. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side of the formation. Westside picks up the blitz. Nowhere to go for Warren, and he's going to take it down and pull it for himself, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th and an absolute mile for Westside, and I imagine they will punt the ball.
I would agree also. Just a good job by Papio's defense. Got the sack there. Good coverage. Nowhere to go. And another punt for the Warriors when they should have probably been within field goal range. Just a lot of missed opportunities. Very
similar to the drive we saw earlier in the game, which was sacks that pushed him out of field goal range. This time, just penalties, false start, and holding. And now Owen Wall will be out to punt. Last time he was out here, we saw him put it inside the 10-yard line. We'll see what he can do here. Punt is away, line drive. It's going to be fielded by Paymoran, who bobbles it, and it rolls out of the W. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Leggett starts from his own 11. He'll hand the ball off, picking up about 4 or 5 on first down before dragged down by Christian Jones. That'll bring up 2nd and about 7.
Even though they've put up only 12 points so far, Papio has been able to really get out of the shadow of their own end zone. The Westside defense and the Westside special teams have really pushed them back.
Parr gets the carry for the Monarchs, breaks the first initial tackle, gets up to about the 19, 2 yards short before he was dragged down by Johnny Hurtado.
Once more, we saw in the first half on those big Papio drives, they were just not able to rather stop up. They gave up big plays on first down, or they weren't able to stop them on 3rd down. And then the stops that they did get, limited their first down plays, usually behind the sticks, and got them to get a third and very long, which they usually did not get.
3rd and 2 for Leggett. Snap is taken. This one will be a pass. He rolls out to his left. Has so much green grass. He runs down with no one to get there before he's upended at the by Charlie DiLorenzo.
Once again, it's just a case of a good scramble resulting in an extra play, extra time to throw or run it. They get the run there. First down, Papio. And if this attribute could go with Braylon Warren and Westside, I think this would be the best quarterback in the state and maybe top recruit.
Low snap results in a handoff, but the play is going to be blown dead.
I believe the quarterback knee hit the ground.
Good catch, Hunter. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line after the low snap by the Monarchs.
And once again, this defense has been really rock solid. They've been able to knock Papio behind the sticks on those first down plays, and that's a big key to their defense. But Papio has been able to respond very good, especially with the passing attack, creating opportunities to run it too.
Leggett takes the snap, deep drop back, goes down the right sideline, and the ball is too high for his receiver, Owen Bogas.
That was just good coverage right there by Luke Sterling. Played it like they did. Had his back turned to the football, but good coverage, forcing up a 3rd and long.
3rd and 14, another really long 3rd down for Cameron Leggett and Papio La Vista. Obvious passing down if you're the Westside defense. 2 high safeties here on defense. Leggett takes the snap, looks down the left sideline, and the ball is going to be in the dirt. Couldn't quite get to the receiver on the left sideline. Even if he would have caught it, it would have looked like it would have been just a few yards short on 3rd down. And it'll bring out the punt unit for Papio La Vista.
Then they're going to stop there by Westside's defense. Been a little bit lacking in the pressure game, and that's what's been the main key. They haven't been able to get back there in the times that they have. Their quarterback had just been able to break free and get a lot of yardage on the run. But now they're going to stop, 4th down, punt away. Westside just going to try to bounce back on the offensive end.
Keenan Cotton back to return this punt. Nearly blocked, but they get it off. The ball bounces at the 40 and then out of bounds. And here comes Braylon Warren, who's been pretty good here in the second half. But unfortunately, last time Westside got backed up due to some unfortunate penalties. And now Braylon Warren looks to get more points on the board. Still a 2-point game. 16 points is the difference on the scoreboard.
Yeah, even though it's only been 16 points on the scoreboard, Papio has played a really solid game. They've done what they needed to do right. They've had a couple of passes and a couple of turnovers that have hurt them. But they've done a really good job. Even if they lose tonight, they'll have a lot of momentum riding high going into the state championship tournament. And Westside, they're the 1 seed. They're expected to win. I'm expecting them to go all the way there, and it should be a good match between them and Miller South.
Jenkins gets the handoff to start this drive. Not much space on 1st down, and he picks up 2.
Papio has been really good on stopping the run. Tay Jenkins has probably just has over 100 yards on the day. They've been forcing Braylon Warren to sling the rock, and he has done a really good job of that as well. Tay Jenkins under 100 yards so far.
Warren takes the snap. Another one for Jenkins. Makes the initial man miss, but blown up in the backfield by Papio La Vista. Cale Johnson once again on the tackle.
Yeah, we've heard Cale Johnson's name a lot today, both on the offensive end and the defensive end. He's had a couple of nice sacks. One of them resulted in an interception, but has made a lot of great plays on the offensive end, getting a lot of good catches for a lot of yards.
Finn Christensen now the back for the Warriors. 2 receivers on both sides of the formation. Warren takes the snap. Pressure coming. It's picked up by Christensen. Rolls out, and the pass is going to be incomplete in the dirt, and that'll bring up 4th down. And a rare 3-and-out, Hunter. Westside has to punt.
Yeah, like you just said, not many 3-and-outs for Westside. A good route there by Eli Johnson, a little comeback route. Just an underthrown ball by Braylon Warren. Did not have his feet set, was fifth crossbody throw. 3-and-out for Westside. And Papillion will get an opportunity here. They're still only down 2 scores. Granted, it would be probably 2 2-point conversions, which they have not gotten today.
Wall with a good punt, fielded at the 20, breaking a couple of tackles. Nearly had some open space on the return by Jonathan Harden.
Looked like Christian Jones got back there and got the tackle. A beautiful job by him. Usually a pretty big burly linebacker just got down the field that quickly and slammed him down. 1:57 left to go in this third quarter. And what I would have thought would be a larger lead game for Westside, but Papillion has been keeping it close. They've been playing a good game.
Have to go back all the way to week 1, Hunter, against Omaha North since we saw a game this close. Leggett in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. Pressure comes, and he's going to be dragged down in the backfield for a sack. Drew Klein on the sack, and that'll back up the Monarchs about 10 yards.
Another great job there by Klein. Got back there quickly, comes from his outside linebacker position, makes a big stop, 2nd and a mile.
Loss of 10 is the official word. Drew Klein getting the tackle and the sack. Now 2nd and 20, nearing a minute to play in the third quarter. Pressure coming once again, gets the screen pass off to his running back, Antonio DiGiacomo, but that'll bring up 3rd and an absolute country mile for the Monarchs.
And right there is Christian Jones once again. Broke the screen pass, got back there, made the stop, and like you said, 3rd and a country mile, 3rd and 20, and especially against this Westside defense, that is a real country mile way to go.
Leggett takes the snap, looks down the right sideline, looking to go deep, but instead he's going to have to keep it for himself, and he's just going to tiptoe his way out of bounds as a couple of Westside defenders got up in his face. Not a lot of offense here in this third quarter, Hunter, but another punt upcoming for the Monarchs.
Yeah, once again, it's just great pressure by Westside there. We saw it in Drew Klein's sack, forcing them on a 4th and 18. 35 seconds left to go. Usually we don't see much offense from Westside in the second half just because they're up by so much, but this is a closer game.
Keenan Cotton standing on the 45-yard line, nearly too high to handle for the punter. Ball's going to bounce. Keenan Cotton with a chance to return off the bounce. Gets up to the 40, shows his burst of speed, still on his feet, breaking a tackle up to the 30-yard line. An amazing field position, but a flag after the play, and we'll see who it'll go on.
I believe it will be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Papillon's number 8, Ty Jelinek. It came in after the ball was blown dead, and it looked like the ref came over to talk to him. Maybe an insult, maybe a bad word being thrown around, but just more good field position for Westside, as the refs will discuss it. Yes, it will be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Papillion.
15 yards is going to push Westside all the way up into the red zone. So crazy turn of events, a good return by Keenan Cotton, and a little bit of extracurriculars by the Monarchs. And Westside's going to have starting field position inside the Monarchs red zone. This is exactly what you need if you're Westside. Ending the third quarter, 23 seconds left to play. Starting to go in the fourth quarter. This could be a big score to put Westside up by what could be 3 scores. 16 plus 7, Hunter, that's 23.
Yeah, just a big possession once more, and even if you don't get a lot, you should be able to get a field goal.
Jenkins takes the handoff from Warren, breaks free inside the 10, down to the 8. Stands up with some authority as the clock ticks under 10 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And Westside looks like they're not going to run another play. At the end of 3, the Warriors lead the Monarchs 28-12 here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside leads by 16, heading into the final 12 minutes of the contest between Westside and Papillion Vista, but they're threatening to score inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, this will be a big drive here for. This will be a big drive here for Westside here. Could be able to put the game away if they can get a big score.
Papio student section. Hurry up. Shout out to Papio. They traveled really well, got a good amount of students, and I like their theme this week, Hunter. Halloween coming up, and they have a little bit of a costume theme. Shout out to the little blow-up chickens, too. Always love to see the humor. Westside in their theme of Mamma Mia, which matches tomorrow's homecoming event.
Yeah, I really love the chickens. During the halftime break while the band was performing, they were duking it out, and I believe the left chicken won. But they look like the Dave's Hot Chicken mascot, and Papio's having a really fun time over there, even though they're down 16. So shout out to the student section. I'll give them big props.
Westside threatening to score. Braylon Warren in the shotgun. Jenkins is going to get the carry down the left into the end zone. Tay Jenkins with his second of the night. It's 34-12 Warriors.
I'm not gonna assume anything right now, but I'm gonna assume that that one puts the game away. 34-12. Papio, another good effort, but Tay Jenkins, too fast, too elusive. Another touchdown for the Warriors, and a chance to make this one a 23-point game.
Shrislin's PAT once again good as always, and it's 35-12. Westside with the lead. It's a 3-score game now. 23-point lead with 11:57 left to play in the fourth quarter. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Tay Jenkins makes it a 23-point game after his touchdown. And the kick is away by Everett Shrislin. This one lower. You're going to be fielded at the 15, brought up past the 30, and quickly dragged down by Reed McIntyre. And the 30-yard line is where Cameron Leggett and Papio will start this drive. Got to have some urgency down by 3 scores, though, Hunter.
Yeah, if you're not urgent enough, you're going to be down by more. And right now, I feel like this game could be out of reach, but Papio has a lot of good things to take away. Westside has a lot of good things to take away. They had a lot of good fundamentals in the second half. Picked up a lot of good things if you're Westside, especially on the defensive end. And Papio had a few offensive possessions that were really pristine, broke the Westside defense. Maybe that's what Westside's opponents will study upcoming for the state championship tournament.
Ball is handed off to the running back. On the carry is Brody Parr for the Monarchs. Haven't seen a whole lot of Michael Valencia here in the second half.
Yeah, Michael Valencia was absolutely killing it in the first half. About over 70 yards of offense. Just had a couple under of Tay Jenkins. But you're right. He averages 10 yards a carry, which was absolutely crazy. Ashton Janty numbers.
Rolling out to the right is Leggett. Gets past the initial pressure. He's going to keep it for himself before he's brought down with some authority by the Westside linebacker.
Once more, the pressure got back to him. That's what Westside's been doing so well. And this one, it was Quentin Warren coming off the blind side. Absolutely pile-drived the running back, who usually his least favorite activity is blocking.
And Cameron Leggett is down on the sideline. Didn't get up after that big hit. So, gotta hope he's okay. He's a star of this team. He's the quarterback, but there he is. Gets back in the huddle, but scary sight if you're a Monarch fan.
Yeah, keep as many players as healthy as you can before going into the state title. No matter if you're Westside or Papio. They have a lot of good players. They don't want them to get injured. And especially for Westside, who's looking to make a three-peat and get a state championship run at the juggernaut, which is Millard South.
And they put in the backup quarterback after that big hit on the get. R.J. Viterra now in the ball game for the Monarchs. Viterra is going to get a chance to pass checking into the game. This one's going to be a blooper screen pass to the running back. Once again, Parr on the reception, but that's going to bring up 4th down for the Monarchs.
The last thing you want to see is three Westside defenders coming at you just as you catch a screen. Christian Jones, Quentin Warren, and Charlie DiLorenzo were all right there to make the stop, forcing another punt for Papio La Vista and making it in another touchdown. Could make it a 42-12 game, depending on what Keenan Kahn can do here. Westside has done really good in the field position game, and that's one of them today. Oh, it's under the legs!
And the ball's going to be recovered at the 2-yard line. Landing on it was Papio, but it was 4th down. Westside's going to get a chance to score from the 2. Special teams, a big part of the Westside team as well. And they come up big there.
Yeah, that's the second muffed punt of the day for Papio. Just a little something you need to clean up there. Just a beautiful job by Westside to get on top of it. The second muffed punt for Papio. And it's going to be a first and 10 from the 1. An unbelievable job by Westside just to keep up their game.
Jenkins is going to be the running back, looking to score his 3rd touchdown of the game if he's the one that gets the chance. Snap to Warren, handoff to Jenkins, but he can't get into the end zone on the initial push, and the second push can't get there as well. That'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 1.
What Westside hasn't done so well is that red zone offense. On that first possession, they got the ball at they got the ball at Papio's 13, couldn't score. They've gotten some good red zone possessions. They've had some bad ones. But that's just something they need to clean up in the film room, in practice, on film, and just in the game in general.
$10 on the play clock. Westside still not set. Now they get set. The handoff to Jenkins. And he's going to be pushed back once again. This time he'll lose yardage all the way back to about the Once
again, just another great job by Papio stuffing the run, and now decision time. Third and goal from about the 3. And I think they might let Braylon Warren maybe throw a little fade route, maybe to Mo Purify, maybe outside to Eli Johnson, or just maybe hit an inside route to Quentin Warren, Christian Jones, or Keenan Cotton.
And there it is, the fade route to Mo Purify, and he comes down with it. Head top for Mo Purify. Westside with the touchdown.
I told you he was going to throw it. Probably would throw a fade route to Mo Purify or Eli Johnson. Just looked for Mo Purify right there and got him. What a head tap. What a touchdown. And Westside just extend this lead even more. Like we saw in the Miller South Papio game. Miller South ran away with it in the second half. Right now, Westside's doing that too. It was 21-12 going into the break. Now it is pending the extra point, 41-12. Crazy stuff.
That one, you got to give credit to the special teams, I think, Hunter. Special teams comes up there with the PAT, but that was all thanks to the must pump by the Monarchs, giving Westside the field position, and Mo Purify gets on the board for the Warriors.
Yeah, this special team for Westside has been really helpful to them. Both forcing the other team to make errors and getting those kickoff and punt return touchdowns. Mo Purify's second touchdown on the year. He had one last week a couple weeks ago against Elkhorn South. He caught a long 36-yard touchdown pass, and right there just head tapped the receiver and just making him pay. His dad played college ball at Nebraska, showing why he can be some college level talent.
We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. Westside leads 42-12. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside leads 42-12. 9:12 left to play in the fourth quarter. Low line drive kick by Shrislin is fielded at the 15. Brought up to about the 28, Pamaran does, before he's bottled up and dragged down by a couple Westside defenders. One of the guys in there on the tackle for Westside, Andrew Taggy.
Westside special teams has been really dominant on the day so far. Another great job by the special teams there just to get a nice stop, forcing Papio to start their own 28, and it looks like it will. Looks like Legent will be back out for the next possession. Coming back from the injury.
Shakes off the injury, and he's good to go to play the rest of the 9:05. That handoff will go to his running back on the carry, picking up a couple. This time it's finally Michael Valencia, Hunter. I'm surprised they kind of turned away from him here in the second half.
Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked too. They got a lot of good runs with Valencia. Could have helped him out here in the second half, maybe a bit earlier than people would think, but right now, just going to try to get points on the board here to end the game, down 42-12. This one got really out of hand after the second quarter,
Leggett takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Gonna look for the screen pass and nobody's there. Miscommunication between his receiver, and it's gonna bring up another 3rd and long. Westside doing a much more better job here in the second half, Hunter, putting the Monarchs behind the chains, forcing 3rd and longs.
Yeah, Westside has been probably one of the more dominant second halves I've seen from them, especially offensively. They scored a lot of points on the offensive end, doubling another 3 touchdowns, and on the defensive end, just holding Papio to nothing. But don't let the score of this game fool you. Papio has put up a good fight.
Leggett looks to pass, focusing on the left sideline for his receiver, and he's going to go down, and the flag will be thrown. That penalty is going to go on Eli Johnson down the left sideline. Leggett was looking for his receiver, Malachi Emish.
Just dragged him down there. Just can't do that if you're the defender. Eli Johnson, both DB and receiver, mainly on the receiving end. It's got a little too much jersey there. Another 15-yard penalty. Another penalty on Westside. And maybe a ball that could have been ruled uncatchable turns into a free first down for Papio.
The penalty will move the chains. First time we've seen Malachi Emish targeted in tonight's contest by Leggett. And he draws the penalty on Eli Johnson. 2 receivers, both sides of the line of scrimmage. Running back goes out wide, looking over the middle, and Leggett's going to keep it for himself, and he's going to smartly slide with Christian Jones running up with a full head of speed. That would not be a nice hit.
Yeah, that would not be a nice hit at all. I've seen what people can do if they are one-on-one with Christian Jones. It is not fun. Not fun at all. And right there, just a good job to slide down, not get any more injured than he already is.
That was setting up to be an Oklahoma drill between 4-star linebacker Christian Jones and quarterback Cameron Leggett, and a pre-snap penalty is going to be called on the running back DiGiacomo. Just to give you an idea for you guys at home, Cameron Leggett is 6'4", 170, and Christian Jones is 6'4", 220. So a 50-pound difference would have been the hit if Leggett didn't slide.
I'm gonna be honest. I've seen a fantasy football punishment that may or may not have involved Christian Jones, but a 4-star linebacker Oklahoma drill no pads, which is a crazy fantasy football punishment, but even when wearing pads.
Leggett drops back, picks up the pressure, completes the pass to about the 42-yard line to his running back. Another screen play, this one for DiGiacomo.
And once more, it's Reed McIntyre who gets it in, makes a key stop. He has been a really good play. He has been a really nice key to this Westside defense, helping out the new defenders and just being an overall good presence with all the seniors leaving last season.
Leggett in the shotgun. Low snap, picks it up, looking down the right sideline and nowhere near Isaac Pamaran. And that's going to force a 4th down for the Monarchs.
Honestly, I would go for it here if you're Coach Williams. Nothing to lose. Westside's had good field position all day. Papio's defense has been really stout with the cards they've been given. Just can't. You can stop them a couple of times, but you cannot stop the entire Westside offense. Their train is going to the next station, playoffs.
4th and 9 and a pooch punt from Leggett. It'll bounce at the 15 and check up at the 10-yard line, and finally down at the 9. 6:35 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Westside leads by 30 points with 6:35. We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. Braylon Warren and company when we come back. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside leads by 30 with 6:35. Just for everyone at home while you're away, Westside was issued a sign light warning, just to keep that in mind for the remainder 6:35. Are they all dead?
Westside probably one of their worst field positions of the day so far. Just gonna probably run the ball, get a lot of first downs, show it out in the film room.
Jenkins gets the carry, puts his head down, runs over a defender, gets out to about the 29-yard line. And I don't know, we mentioned the Oklahoma drill with Christian Jones. I don't know if I really want to get one in with Tay Jenkins either.
No, I do not either. Tay Jenkins is 5'8", acts like he acts like Derrick Henry. He acts like he is like 6'4", 6'5", and 245 when he is 185.
He's a dangerous man when he puts his head down. I can tell you that, the least, Hunter. But now it's Finn Christensen in the backfield. He's going to get the carry, bounces around in the backfield, still fighting for extra yards, and a gain of 5.
And you can't count – if Tay Jenkins is out, you still can't count out the run. Finn Christensen came into the day with he was going to be the starting running back coming into the season. Tay Jenkins still a starting spot. But he has he has 6 touchdowns on the season and just over 300 yards. So he doesn't get as many carries as Tay Jenkins does on a regular basis, but they will still hand the ball off to him from time to time. He is the usual power back. He is the guy that you expect to put his head down and try to get that 3 or 4 yards. He's the definition of the third down back.
Clock ticks under 5:30 left to play. Another carry for Christensen, and not a lot of room for him to go this time. A couple of Monarch defenders in the backfield. Cale Johnson, once again, Hunter, he's had himself one quiet but really large night.
Yeah, Cale Johnson's have been really good offensively, defensively. We've said his name a good amount today. Just a good player for Papillion South. He is a senior, so he won't be back next year, but just be excited while he's here for now if you're Papillion.
Did Alex's camera die?
Use him as much as possible. But this clock's going to tick under 4:40 left. Warren in the shotgun looking probably just going to run it once more, and they will.
Christensen once again on the carry. Stays behind his blockers, picks up the first down up to the 40-yard line. As the clock ticks under 4:30 now. Westside still with a huge lead.
Again, it's the tight end helping out there. Not Christian Jones. It's going to be Quentin Warren right there. No, he has been really good on the blocking on this offense. Just good fundamental work. 4:16 left. Westside just going to keep doing what they're doing, driving the ball, giving more teams more film to study.
Westside smartly waiting under till about 5 seconds on the play clock before they snap it. 3 on the play clock, 2. Ball snapped at 1. Tay Jenkins gets the carry. Will just not go down and won't go down. Forward progress is blown after about a pickup of 3. Papillion La Vista is going to call their first timeout of the second half. They'll have 2 remaining. And we're going to call a timeout here on the WTV Live Network. Westside with a 30-point lead, 3:48 left to play. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Zach Kester, Connor Valapek alongside me with this not so much of a roller coaster second half. Westside by 30. Finn Christensen with the carry. Gets up past midfield. 3:40 left to play. Westside continuing to just drain this clock here in the fourth quarter.
And then third down, Braylon Warren's going to come out, and he finishes his day hot. Jacob Scheffler is going to be the new quarterback, as Adrian Gonzalez will also come in for Eli Johnson. So some sophomores getting some good action. Braylon Warren finishing his day with just under 100 yards completion, 100 yards passing.
Christensen gets the carry, breaks free, up past the Papillion 40, near the 35-yard line. We've seen these guys a little bit, Hunter, Jacob Scheffler, and these younger sophomores and freshmen, even on varsity. So it's kind of cool to see them getting their action.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's just going to be the people, the players of the future for Westside, and there's a lot of them good. What I like to see is number 88 on this team, Micah Benning, the brother of now at Nebraska football player Caleb Benning and Coach Damon Benning. I'm really excited to see him develop, maybe be better than his brother, who is a really good standout.
I haven't gotten a whole lot of chance to watch much freshman and JV football this Hunter. Maybe you have, but I have heard, and I do know Micah Benning has been quite the dominator on the younger squads for Westside. So a freshman with a guy to keep an eye on for years to come.
Yeah, Westside has a lot of good sophomores, freshmen, heck, even juniors that are going to be carrying the rock next year. Mainly it's the sophomore backfield. Tate Jenkins, Braylon Warren, those two are going to be absolute demons in the backfield. Braylon Warren already has an offer from Iowa State, and they took a recruiting visit there last week. Lots of good things to come. Even Quentin Warren especially, too. He is a junior, and he will be a force to be reckoned with. He'll be the new Christian Jones next year.
Yeah, Eli Johnson returning as well in the receiving room for Westside and going nowhere on the handoff for Westside. And that'll bring up second and long. This is about the time where the clock starts to drain when you see these backups go in. But nonetheless, it's awesome to see them to get their chance to develop in the game. And I have to say, that's a benefit you get here at Westside. A lot of the reserves get in the game with decent amount of clock on the field.
I agree. Westside gets out to a big lead. They get out to a big league fast, and they just get a lot of time to put in their backups, let them work. They usually run the ball with that. So just get some good reps.
Steve Zabonon on the carry, spins out of a tackle, gets up to about the 45, 46-yard line, and third and a really long 22.
Once again, don't expect much from Westside here. Just run it, punt it away. Papillion takes a couple of knees. We go home. Westside, a perfect 9-0 in the regular season, extending their win streak to 29. And Zach, that's a new Class A record.
That's got to be the big headline coming out of tonight's matchup, despite Westside dismantling Papillion right now with a 30-point lead. Westside will be the new Class A record holder for most consecutive wins, now with 29. Zabonon gets the carry, runs a defender over, gets past the 40, and a flag is on the field, but Steve Zabonon with some authority.
And that's going to be called back due to a holding penalty. That sucks, a big hit by Zabonog. But I would like to mention the win streak. Class B had a win streak unlike any other. Bennington held the record for a while until last week, where they got upset on the road against Scott in a huge upset on 48 straight wins. Snapped, just like that. In a huge 38-30 loss to the Skyhawks, which are, in all sports, really good.
Jackson Cook's going to be called for the hold and bring back the Zabonon run. 1:22 left to play here in the fourth quarter. I don't want to get quoted on this, but Westside might be the team in the state with the longest consecutive win streak, excluding smaller C2 and 8-man football teams.
I would also agree with you there. I think Westside would probably be the #1 record holder, at least for 11-man football. The record, I looked it up in the record books a few days ago. It's 46. I forgot which school it was. It was a Class C2 school though.
1:22 left to play here in the fourth and final quarter. High snap for Scheffler. He can't get it, and he's just going to dive on it and maintain possession at the 28-yard line. Papillion's not going to call any timeouts, down by 30. Westside's going to be able to drain the clock with just over 30 seconds before Wall boots this one away.
I'm just going to say this, Zach. I don't want to jinx it. Last time they got close to a game being over. How much
time does he have on that battery?
It was a high snap and a muffed punt. Let's hope Rowan right here can get a good punt off, maybe make after the high snap.
This time he gets it away cleanly. The ball's going to be returned at the 30, but it's muffed.
Oh, and
Westside's going to fall on it.
Reed McIntyre.
Reed McIntyre is starting safety, and Westside's going to retain possession, but they only need to take one knee, Hunter, and the game is final.
Just a good job there by the coverage team. Got back there, got on the football. A bit of a bad muffed punt. Another turnover for Papio. Doesn't really matter in the end. But Westside will kneel it down for #1, the longest streak in Class A at 29, breaking the record of 28. #2, a win in senior night. #3, a win at Hoko night. And #4, going a perfect 9-0 in the regular season. You said in the pregame they already locked up the 1 seed. Just a little bit of extra top 10 team to be a little bit extra to put on that souffle of big wins.
That's exactly right, Hunter. Westside's going to finalize this one 42-12, the final score here on the WTV Live Network. Don't go too far. We'll be right back in just a few minutes with our presentation of the Player of the Game ball. Westside's actually going to receive the Thursday Night Lights trophy. They just received it last week. We'll see who CW chooses to interview for their Player of the Game, but we know who ours is. I'm not going to spoil it.
It's not Tay Jenkins. I will let you know that, sadly.
Tay Jenkins actually has 3 in a row, has it the last 3 weeks, but unfortunately, his streak comes to a close. We have a bit of a new one, I will say, Hunter. A little bit of a surprise, but don't go far. We'll be right back here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome to the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. I'm here with our player of the game, Bryson Williams. Here's your game ball. Bryson, the biggest thing coming out tonight's game, you guys are now the Class A record holders for most consecutive wins. What does it mean to be part of a team that broke that record?
It means a lot. I mean, records are meant to be broken. I mean, it's gonna take a lot of people and a lot of games to be broke, and I don't think this record's gonna be touched for that long.
You guys can keep building it. That's exactly right. And we got to talk about the pick six.
Yes, sir.
You've had some big defensive plays. You had the pick six tonight. What's going through your head when you made that reception into the end zone?
We knew it was coming all week. It was just something we expected. Saw it out of the film. Knew the play was coming. Saw it back to me, and I made the play. The quarterback threw it right to me. Took it to the end zone.
And what can you say about this team's resilience? It's not often you guys come out into the halftime with only a 1-2 score lead. You guys came out into the second half and you dominated the Monarchs. What worked so well in the second half? How'd you guys bounce back into that second half so well?
Well, we knew it was going to be a dogfight. Coach Lamanji said just to keep working, keep doing what we're doing. We made a few adjustments on defense to stop them. Offense cleaned some things up and ended up coming out and shutting them out in the second half.
And then now you guys are on to state. You're the #1 team in state. What do you guys have to do moving into the tournament to stay undefeated and win a third title in a row?
I think we just need to focus in the present, just go one game at a time, and then make it to state and win that.
Thank you so much, Bryson. I'm Zach Kastrick, our player of the game, Bryson Williams. Westside wins 42-12 over the Papillion Vista Monarchs.